Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Shahin Monjezi. I talk about manifestation, consciousness, all that fun stuff. And today I have a story that I want to share with you guys that I have yet to share on the channel, and it's a story that dates back to my junior year of college. Again, it was about that time that right before I did the whole study abroad thing, and it was actually probably the first time I had consciously manifested something. I know that the study abroad experience was something I had manifested on a grand scale, but this was probably one of the first times I had manifested something, and when it happened, I was like, oh my gosh, this is real. And it's insane because it's a manifestation that happened overnight, and it's a manifestation that involved a specific person. And I think it's something that happened that ultimately opened up my mind to manifestation, to actually be more receptive to manifestation, which then led me to manifest my trip to study abroad, which a lot of you on this channel have seen that story, that video. So yeah, I'm excited to share this story with you guys, and or you all, and I will just get straight into it. This story, like I said, dates back to my junior year of college. I just found out about Neville. This was, like, again, my junior year, so close to the study abroad story. And I found out about Neville Goddard, and I was in a place in my life where I was like really deeply into spirituality. I was really becoming aware of, the nature of my consciousness. And I was feeling really good. I was feeling really good about myself. I was awakening some like inner energies. I would say it's very difficult to talk about, having a spiritual awakening and put it into words, but I kind of felt like, I felt that inner power within me, awakening. And I remember one day I was meditating. Not really meditating, maybe visualizing. I don't know what I was doing. But I was in my apartment in San Diego, and I was in a great state. It was the nighttime, probably like a Friday night, Thursday night or something like that. And I was just, hanging out in my apartment, meditating, visualizing, doing something in my room. And my roommate barges in the apartment, and he runs over and he's like, "Shahin!" And I'm there, I'm just chilling and meditating, and he's like, I open my eyes, I'm like, "Yo, yeah, what's up?" And my roommate says, "They're towing your van out of the parking structure." I'm in such a great state at this point. I'm so blissed out that, you have someone come and tell you that. And I'm sitting there and I hear him say this, and a part of me was like, okay, he might be like messing with me. So I didn't immediately react negatively, and I was just like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, I'm not kidding. They just towed your car. They're towing your car. Like, they literally had it on the bed. I saw them driving out of the parking structure." And I was just like, "Really?" I didn't want to get mad. I didn't want to get in a negative state, because I was in such a good state. And then he was like, "Yes, I'm not kidding. You can literally go check if you don't believe me." And then I was like, I realized at that moment I had a choice. I could either get very stressed out and panic like most people do, and try to chase down the tow truck, but there was like a part of me that knew, okay, that's not going to do anything. If it's true that they've already towed the car out of the structure, then there's nothing that I can do until the next day. It was already the nighttime. So I just told him, I was like, okay, I'll just call him tomorrow then. I'll just call the towing company tomorrow. And I said it in a very super relaxed way. And my roommate was like, I think that there's a part of him he didn't expect that reaction from me. He expected me to, to get stressed out as most people would when their car is getting towed. But I didn't. And he was like, dude, I'm not kidding. They're towing your car. And I was like, yeah, no, it's fine. I'll call him tomorrow. And he it was so funny. The look on his face, he was just like, what? How can you react like that? How can you not get like stressed out? But like I said, I was in a really good state at that time. So anyway, the next day rolls around. I call the towing company. They say, yeah, we have your van. Apparently I forgot to pay my permit renewal fee, which was like cheap. It was like $25, but I completely forgot to do it. And so they towed my car. I made an intention. I was like, okay, you know what? This is going to be a spiritual practice for me. This is going to be a mindfulness practice. I'm not going to get stressed out. I'm not going to, go into a lowly state because this event happened. All right. I'm going to remain calm, poised, relaxed, and just do everything, be very, very present throughout this process. Just do everything I need to do to get my car back. So my roommate, he drives me to the tow yard about 15 minutes from the apartment. And I arrive at the tow yard, and there's a little office, and it begins to rain. It's beginning to rain, and I remember I'm trying to get out of the rain. I go into the little office, and it's a very small office, and there's a man, and he's helping another young girl, and he looks over at me, and you could tell he's like really stressed out, and he looks over at me and he's like, I'm sorry, sir, you're gonna have to go wait outside. And I look outside, and I'm like, dude, it's raining, like I think that to myself, but then I'm remembering my initial intention. I'm gonna remain calm and poised. So I was like, okay, just trying to remain as relaxed as possible. And he, I think he kind of felt kind of bad, and he's like, there's a little ledge, I guess, building across the street that has like an overhang, so you can shield yourself from the rain. So you can go wait there, and I'll call you out when it's your turn, when I can actually help you. So I say, oh, okay, thank you. And so I walk out, go across the street, and I go under the little roof to the building across the street, and I'm waiting there, and it's raining. And I decide, okay, how do I make the best of this? So I pull out my phone, and I say, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write out the ideal traits and qualities of my ideal girl, my ideal, like specific, like my ideal partner. That's how I should say it. And so that's what I started doing. I started writing out all the, personality traits of my ideal girl, the ideal physical traits, and all those things, And as I start writing out this list, I start thinking about a girl that I actually knew, that I had met in my freshman year of college. And this was a girl that I always thought was like so pretty. She lived in my dorm building, and I thought this girl was pretty, and we would get on pretty well. We vibed, but she had a boyfriend. So, I always, nothing really ever happened, but I always kind of kept her image in my mind. I always thought, that girl was very pretty and cool, and so as I'm writing this list, I'm thinking about her. And anyway, by this time, the guy over at the tow yard calls me over, and I go get my car. Okay. So later that night, before I'm going to bed, I pull out that list again, and I start refining it, start writing out more about my ideal traits of my ideal partner, my ideal girl. And as I'm writing out this list, now I'm handwriting it, I start thinking about this girl again. The same girl from my freshman year, the girl I was thinking about earlier in the day. And, I just start thinking about her and holding her in my mind, and I'm just writing out all these, writing things out like, she has a beautiful smile, she has a wonderful laugh, all these different things, just all these really amazing qualities that my ideal girl would have. But as I'm writing these things out, I clearly see this girl's image in my mind. And as I start to, think about her more and more, I just feel really good. I just feel really amazing thinking about her. And I get to this state where like, it just feels so good thinking about her. That I just feel good, in my body. I literally feel good. So I decide, this is a good state for me to go to bed in. So I drift off to sleep and I go to bed in that state. I wake up the next day, it's a Sunday, and my roommate comes to my room. And I wake up, I'm in a great state. Because I fell asleep in such a great state, I wake up, I'm in a great state. And my roommate comes in my room and he's like, hey man, you want to go get a morning workout in at the school gym? And I'm like, yeah, let's go do it. Like, I'm feeling good. Let's go get a good pump on. Let's get a nice workout in. And mind you, this is San Diego State, there's no one on campus on a Sunday at San Diego State. Everyone was partying the night before. I was never a big partier. That's why I would go work out on Sunday mornings. But most people on campus, they were hungover, or, they weren't interested in doing workouts on Sunday mornings. They were doing other things. My roommate and I, we go, walk to campus. We get a workout in. I'm feeling really good. And I walk outside of we both walk outside of the gym. And there's nobody on campus. It's literally just me and my roommate. And I notice that my shoelace is untied, so I kneel down to tie my shoes. And as I do that, I kind of notice there's like a presence, like there's a person, and I feel that presence, and I can sense that it's a girl. And she's about, I don't know, like probably like 30 feet away from me, something like that. And I look up and I see at the corner of my eye, she's a blonde girl, and instantly at that moment I realized that this was the girl that I was thinking about the night before. And I can't tell you how much of a shock that I went into when I realized that it was her. I mean, I straight up went into like hysteria, shock, disbelief that it was her. It was probably one of the most surreal moments of my life. But you have to imagine, like, here I am on this campus, San Diego State University, which is usually hustling and bustling, during weekdays with thousands of students walking around. But here I am on a Sunday morning, just went on a workout with my roommate. We're walking back to our apartment. We're walking through campus, and there's no one else, not a single soul on campus. And then out of nowhere, this girl that I was thinking about the night before, that I hadn't seen in 2 years, is right there in front of me, the only person on campus. I was utterly shocked and in disbelief. And as I get up to tie my shoe, I feel like a knot in my stomach. Like I'm so like, I'm almost like hyperventilating, because I was like, this is crazy. Because I had never consciously, up to this point in my life, I had never consciously manifested something. Like I said, at this point in my life, I had learned about Neville Goddard, but I had never consciously manifested anything. So, and nor did I intend to consciously, I didn't even intend to manifest this. I was writing out a list about my ideal girl. And then I thought about this girl that I had known 2 years prior from my dorms. And literally 12 hours later, here she is in the flesh right in front of me. And I have not seen her for 2 years. Here she is. Yeah, it was surreal. But I was in such a deep state of shock. I remember I stood up and my roommate, at this point she's well in front of us because she was walking in, that direction, in the same direction, but she was far out in front of us. And my roommate says, hey, you know who that is? And I was like, I said her name. I was like, I'll keep her name anonymous. And he's like, yeah, it's her. It's because he had known her too. He had lived in the dorms as well, freshman year. So yeah, I actually didn't go up to her and say hi. She walked off into one of the buildings. And but it was that day that I knew, like, this manifestation stuff, it's real. That was like the sign from the universe. I took that day as a sign from the universe that manifestation is real. And like, I had not a doubt, I had no doubt in my mind that I would see that girl again. And so this is where it gets really interesting. Because for those of you who watch my study abroad video, manifestation story, you guys know that I ran into a girl on campus that I hadn't seen in 2 years. This was the same girl. That week, I had done the study abroad visualization. 1 week later, I run into this girl again on campus. And this time we're walking in the same direction. And if you've watched my study abroad visualization success story, you'll know that this is the same girl that I ran into. And she was a girl who had studied abroad in another country. And she was actually one of the girls, she helped me to study abroad. Actually, she gave me some information that I needed to study abroad. And on that day, we chatted a little bit, we caught up, we exchanged phone numbers, we texted a little bit back and forth. Nothing really happened between us, but she helped me get on my way to studying abroad. And it was, like I said, one of the most surreal experiences of my life. And it was just so insane because it happened so quickly, within 12 hours of me thinking about her with such a strong feeling. And I think that's why Neville said feeling is a secret, because I remember on that night when I was thinking about her, I just felt so good thinking about her, and just remembering and focusing on all her positive qualities. And it's amazing that when you really infuse a thought with feeling, when you can really get yourself in a state where you really feel something, I've noticed that the manifestations happen a lot quicker when you can really feel something to be real. When you hold things in your mind with appreciation and with love, and focus on all your energy on that thing that you're holding in your mind, to the point where you really feel it in your body, you feel those positive emotions and you feel those positive feelings, like, the manifestations happen way quicker. That's what I've noticed. Now, you can never predict when the manifestation will happen, but they will happen for sure when you can feel something to be real. That's why I think Neville always spoke about feeling being the secret to manifestation. To feel like you already have what you desire. And it's really as simple as holding that thing in your mind and feeling how good it is to just think about that thing. And that was the case for me in this story. You know, to manifest a specific person that I was thinking about within 12 hours in such a surreal way, you know, walking on campus and no one else is on campus except for that girl. You know, I will always remember that. That has always stuck with me, and that was one of the gateways that gave me the courage to visualize myself studying abroad. And it's amazing for me that I saw that girl again, you know, just a week later, and she was the one who helped me study abroad. It's as if like this divine grace had culminated together to make these desires happen, you know, this desire for me to really experience manifestation consciously. All of it happened so perfectly when I look back at it. So that's a story. It was you know, one of the cooler things to happen to me. Feeling really is the secret. Like, you got to stop focusing on all the reasons why you can't have something, all the logical reasons why you can't have something, and instead focus more so on on just holding that thing in your mind. Whatever it is that you desire, hold it in your mind and infuse the feeling that goes along with you having it. Just hold that thing in your mind with appreciation, with love, with devotion, you know, and that doesn't cost you a dime. It really doesn't. To hold the thing that you desire in your mind and to really infuse love with that thing doesn't cost you a dime. It just costs you some time. But that's it. I'm gonna cut it there. Thank you guys so much for your support on my videos, showing your love, and it just makes me feel really good to know that there are other people out there like me who are undergoing this spiritual awakening process for themselves, and you guys are out there learning about manifestation, learning about the nature of your unconsciousness, becoming aware of who you are in your essence, and transcending the false self. And yeah, I think that's awesome. I want to keep talking about that with you guys. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. So if you like this video, go ahead and like it, share it with someone who might be trying to manifest something, might need a little bit of some inspiration. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace for now. Bye. Much love. See you later.